I'll give you double that for every cub that you give me. That's a lot of money. You've got mouths to feed. You're driven into it. A lot of it is due to circumstance. We have to be quite aware of that, because it's very easy for us in the Western culture to sort of point the fingers at other cultures, but a lot of it's actually our Western poachers are actually doing the damage. So, but there is a lot of demand for it. But anyway, so the mother she'd have been killed. The bears are a byproduct, two little cute cuddly cubs, so they're sold off to the highest bidder as pets, and they actually spent the first 5 years of their life from after the mother's death in a cage not much bigger than themselves. One of the bears, Somnang, has actually got 3 little calluses, 3 little marks on his rear because of the tiny space he was kept in. The owners were heavily prosecuted. The bears were rescued into the Cambodian Sun Bear Conservation Rescue Centre, which is a voluntary run rescue centre, and it was decided that since they were brought up at least 5 years by humans, they could not go back into the wild because they go straight into a human village looking for humans to feed them, and they would get killed. So it was decided that since they're genetically very important as they are wild, then they'd be better off coming into the breeding programme as part of the future of the conservation. Sorry guys, I'll get you away. So when they first arrived, Rotana, who's a slightly bolder one, he's got a rounder bottom, and he's also got a large crest on his chest. Looks very similar to the rising sun, where the sun bear actually gets its name from. Rotana, he just settled almost immediately as soon as he entered the enclosure. He seemed to want to explore it and want to go around it. Somnang wouldn't go outside. He had a terrible fear of open spaces, and he paced the sides of the cage and kept him at the front. So we had to do a lot of work to encourage him outside. So we did give him toys, we gave him stuff to destroy, things to park, loads of scatter feeds around the area. And he still was a bit wary, but one day we noticed his brother came in the house, bit him really hard in the bottom, and ran. And you had this little angry dog backside. He was out there, then I got Rotana, and then he got nervous and came back in. So then Rotana followed back in, bit him in the bum. So I went off after him. And within 2 months, we did a lot of studies on research and studies, and they realised that it actually dropped
taking it outside
by 90% too much, which is a combination of what we were doing and it worked though, that was the key thing. So we now have 2 bears that are wild-natured bears, and they are actually acting the way they should now, which is fantastic. It's a great result. But who thinks they're cute and cuddly? Hands up who thinks these are adorable, cute and cuddly bears. Right, what's your name? Amy. Right, Amy, would you take me on a fight? Don't worry, I'm not going to touch you, but logically, if you saw me in the street, would you think, right, I'm going to fight him? Why not? Is it because I'm a bit bigger than you? Yeah? Well, if you ran at me going, I think you're a nutter. And I'd be going, right, I'm out of here. What they do, now you see the size of them. Now if you compare them to Asiatic black bear, which is a bear that you also find in the same environment, Asiatic black bears are up to 4 times bigger.